the Mothman. On November 12, 1966, 5 men who were digging a grave at a cemetery near Clendenin, West Virginia, claimed to see a man-like figure fly low from the trees over their heads. This is often identified as the first known sighting of what became known as the Mothman. On November 13, 1966, in Salem, West Virginia, Merle Partridge heard a loud noise outside of his home, which is located 90 miles from Point Pleasant. During an interview in Eyes of the Mothman, he claimed his television making a high-pitched whining sound and his dog barking wildly. After going outside to investigate, Partridge was startled by 2 glowing red eyes that belonged to no animal he'd ever seen before. He also described eerie, flashing red lights that seemed to be dancing around. His hunting dog took off after the creature, and that was the last he ever saw of either. He went out to search for his dog with his friends the next day, but the dog was never seen again. Shortly thereafter, on November 15, 1966, 2 young couples from Point Pleasant, Roger and Linda Scarberry, and Steve and Mary Mallet, told police they saw a large gray feature whose eyes glowed red when the car's headlights picked it up. They described it as a large flying man with 10-foot wings. Following their car while they were driving in an area outside of a town known as the TNT area, a site of a former World War II munitions plant. During the next few days, other people reported similar sightings. 2 volunteer firemen who saw it said it was a large bird with red eyes. Mason County Sheriff George Johnson commented that he believed the sightings were due to an unusually large heron he termed as a sightpoke. Contractor Newell Partridge told Johnson that when he aimed a flashlight at the creature in a nearby field, its eyes glowed like a bicycle reflectors, and blamed the buzzing noises from his television set and the disappearance of his German Shepherd dog on that creature. Wildlife biologist Dr. Robert L. Smith at West Virginia University told reporters that descriptions and sightings all fit the sandhill crane, a large American crane almost as tall as a man with a 7-foot wingspan featuring circles of reddish coloring around the eyes, and that the bird may have wandered out of its migration route. This particular crane was recognized at first because it was not native to this region. After the December 15, 1967 collapse of the Silver Bridge and the death of 46 people, the incident gave rise to the legend and connected the Mothman sightings to the bridge collapse. On September of 2006, in La Crosse, Wisconsin, a Wohali, a Cherokee man, and his son were driving down an isolated stretch of road at night when the Mothman attacked them. In an interview on Monster Quest, he shared his encounter. A Wooly told how the creature flew alongside and then directly in front of their windshield, close enough to touch. They got a really good look at it, describing it as bat-like and fleshy, with sparse hair and red eyes the size of road reflectors. He described the monster's high-pitched screech that gave them vertigo and made them sick to their stomachs. The man's son pulled over and threw up on the side of the road. After returning to the location a few days later, during daylight hours, all they found left behind was a deer carcass they later blamed on a poacher.